Yes, people, we are back live. We are back live on the Sarcasm City TV YouTube for another Sarcasm City TV special. For those that haven't seen the Sarcasm City TV specials before, it's where I sit down one-on-one with the biggest and best content creators in the game, people. The biggest, the best content creators in the game, and chop it up about their football club. Obviously, talk about other topics in regarding to rivals as well. But more important, well, two more important things. One, I get to chop it up and talk to people I'm fans of first and foremost. So it is a little bit selfish on my part. But secondly, also to give people their flowers as well, because we always wait, and everybody in society, we always wait until somebody's gone and somebody's passed away to say how great they are. But it's like, I want to give people their flowers while they're still here, while they can smell them. And this person, definitely 110% one of the OGs of the game. And when I say one of the OGs, there's no substitute for experience. And you can all learn because they've simply just seen more. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, it's experience. There is no substitute for that whatsoever. And they always, OGs, like this person I'm about to introduce, like when we had Nuruddin on, state things that you are just not going to know because you just weren't around. You can always learn from them. So myself included. Definitely one of the most consistent in the game as well. A member of the Big Six, which is one of the biggest shows, and he's an integral part of that. But even away from the Big Six as well, even on his own channel. And what I like about him is he can be a shooter on the Big Six, but then on his own platform, he'll give people his own platform. Like, I'm blessed enough to have been on there a couple of times as well. And what I don't think he gets credit for is his humor and his wit, because he's hilarious. But it's one of those, if you're not paying attention fully, you will not catch it whatsoever. Like, I've seen him, like, there'll be a slick shot and I'm like, that's hilarious. But people are not responding. So I got to welcome to the show. Blessed for him to be making his debut on the channel as well. And making his debut on making his debut on the channel for the first ever time. My like Grizz is in the building. Yes, Grizz, what are you saying?
Yo, I was smiling in the background, and then I was saying, "Stop this and get me on already." My brother, that kind of intro is like for kings and shit, man. Me and you are homies. Me and you are family, man. I was like,
True.
"Get me on." I just want to talk football with my brother. You understand? So thank
True.
you very,
We
very.
are brethren, we are homies without that. But you said there, that's for kings. You one of the kings in this, so it's only
Bro,
right I give you your
bro.
flowers. You are one of the kings in this.
I,
You're on your own right, your own brand. I have to give you your flowers, and then you are part of the Big Six, which moves culture. You know what I'm
my
saying? You know how
brother,
many
my
doors
brother.
I could have added more. You know how many doors the Big Six has kicked down for other content creators, including myself. So it's
No,
only
no, for
right
sure.
I salute you. That's only
For
right. I
real, for
have
real,
to.
for real, for real. From that aspect, from that side, how you explain that aspect and that side, trying our best to be shit, not even examples or set up platforms so others can join in and we can make this a community. I
Yep.
hear that. But from an individual point of view, ain't nothing like that, man. Bare respect, bare love.
Of
Thank you so
course.
much. You don't even need to thank me for coming on. It's my fault. It's my fault. I just, you know what I mean? Me and you, I've been wanting to get you on my channel as well so many times. You busy, my busy, I'm
Yeah.
busy, we busy. But we here, man. We here talking football. And I just retweeted the tweet like we do, yeah?
Yeah. one hundred
And I
percent.
did it, and I'm not joking. I'm not saying this to your face because I'm on your channel. You know me, I can be raw as well. I'll say how it is.
Facts. Yeah. That's another
See
thing I
how it is,
respect
man.
about you.
And that's the
Yeah.
best way
Super
to be.
honest.
I'd rather
Yes.
be face to face than speak behind people's back. And I tweeted one of the nicest guys on in this game. And I mean that,
Cheers,
my
man.
bro. I
Love,
mean that.
man.
You support the nastiest team, but you are the nicest. So
Appreciate that.
that's what it is. It's a bit of conflict of interest sometimes, but the game's the game.
The
I'm telling
game's the
you, man.
game.
So
That's it.
respect. I'm humbled to be here. I'm humbled to chat football to you. I got my cup of tea ready. I've already downed 2 chocolate hobnobs. Nice. It's long. But we here. We here.
We here. And like I said, the reason why I have to do the extended intro, because there could have been more I said, because I have to, you know what I'm saying, pay homage. Even though, like you said, we're cool and we're brethren and we talk
Yeah, man.
outside of this, and many people might not know that, I still give people their flowers. Because even though we're brethren now, I was a fan first. That's what it always is. So it's like, that's why I'm always like, I never forget where I was at.
Now,
And even though we're cool,
now
that I was
bless
a fan first. And even the chat already is going crazy and saying
bless
it's
you,
good
bro.
to
Bless
have
you.
Grizz on. And like you
Bless you.
stated, with the Big Six and you as an individual brand, kicking down doors. Like, you lot going stateside. that didn't get enough flowers for what you man did. Personally, that should have got more. As much as it did, it should have got even more because of what you lot did. It was
Yeah,
that's
look, it is what
absolutely
it is, man.
outstanding work. Well, go on.
Yeah. Look, about getting flowers, I'm one of those guys. I'm not too bothered about getting flowers,
Well,
as long as the people that count recognize you.
yeah, that's true.
You understand? So if people like, for example, people at Fox News, the CEO, when he emailed us and said, "Yo, I've been watching you lot for over a year, and we want some of you," we thought it was a prank. I'm not gonna lie to you.
You would.
We thought it's one of you lot. We thought it's one of you lot.
Of course, you would.
Do you get what I'm saying? We're thinking, yeah, it's one of our fellow brethren just trying to be funny. Someone from another platform, whatever, trying to gaslight us. You see what I'm saying? But when we legit checked it out and we see it's the CEO of Fox Sports saying he watches us and he wants us to come over and he likes the way we are natural. We ain't scripted.
Facts.
We ain't fake. You know us anyway. We like that in real life.
Facts.
We like that in real life.
Yeah. How everyone I know, because the only person I don't know fully like that on the Big Six is Hugh. Everyone I've spoke to has been like that. Yeah, it's like when I spoke to them, they've been like that, just how they are on the screen when I've spoke to them privately. Obviously, you, Matisse, Saeed, I know much more.
And even together, when we're together, that's how we are. And the guy goes, "We love that shit, man. We like the age difference. Like people talk about me and like they're fun, like Uncle Grizz. No problem, man. You know me, I'm like that." And then we got the youngest. I think Matisse is the youngest. The demographics, the age profiles, the different cultures, societies, and we try to bring that together and talk football and 100%. Be honest with each other and be real with each other. And some people like it. Obviously, there's always going to be people that don't like it, but it is what it is, man. But
people hate on success. You know how it is. That's exactly what it's going to be. People hate on success. Like, not all people, but some people. And big up to everyone in the chat already showing love to Grizz. Make sure you check out Football Carnage, his channel. The link is in the title, people.
The chat as well. I can comment in the chat as well. Sorry.
Yeah. It's all good, man. Large up to the chat.
It'd be good to liaise with the chat, man. You know what I mean?
Yeah, 100%. The chat's always active on here, but continue to bump up the likes, people. Already at 40 likes, over 80 of you lot in the building. Let's get up to 60 likes. Share this across all of the socials you are active on. Please make sure retweet and like on Twitter. Instagram you can share from at Sarcasm City TV on all platforms as well, and subscribe to the channel Sarcasm City TV. Hit the notification bell. Is rolled to 8,000 subscribers. Get your questions in. I will pick out the best questions, and of course, if you do indeed super chat people, I will get straight to it. But we'll get to your football team, Grizz. Liverpool had a very, very busy window so far. I don't believe it's over. Incomings, outgoings. So we'll start with the actual title of this, and I really do want to get your thoughts, because I don't know in detail your thoughts on this. Is Jurgen Klopp under big pressure to succeed with Liverpool this season, in your opinion? Where is he at? Well, I mean, where do you think, what do you think he has to do?
What kind of answers do you want from me? What kind
honest.
What kind of show you want to make this? Do you want to make this like I'm pretending I'm on Sky Sports?
No.
Or do you want me to pretend like me and you are chatting?
Yes, I want it honest. Is it how we would talk off air?
You're having tea and chatting.
Yes, that's how I want it. I want you to say as if it's just totally honest. Your honest thoughts on it. That's what it is.
I'm a chameleon, innit? I've been known to be a chameleon. I can adjust accordingly.
I know you, because you be sending slick shots, and a lot of the time, I'm like, they just didn't catch what Grizz said. Like, I catch those things, because I do things similar. I catch all of the shots, I hear it, and no one responds, and I'm like, that's mad cheeky. Hilarious.
I know what you meant.
Yeah, I know exactly what you meant. No, exactly. But yeah, don't act like I want super honest.
Yeah.
I'm just here to facilitate. The special, that's why it's called the Sarcasm City TV special. It's about the special guest, which is you in this instance. So people, including myself, want to hear from you. So is Jurgen Klopp under big pressure, in your opinion, to succeed with Liverpool this season?
Absolutely, my bro. Absolutely is. When you've been at a club for 7 years, like Jurgen Klopp has, and you've taken Liverpool, which was a juggernaut, but a sleeping juggernaut when he came. We were fallen juggernaut. We were in 7th, 6th and shit like that. And then when he's come in, and literally the only club that's, can I swear?
Yeah, of course. Of
The
course.
only team that's fucked with City and Pep in the last 7 years. The only team,
True.
despite us only winning one title and one Champions League in those 7 years, we literally are the only team up until Arsenal last season. If you
Mm-hmm.
want to count that, all right, fair enough, they did. In the end, they won by 10 points, but all right, they did until January, February. All right, they fucked with
Yeah,
them, right?
they competed. Yeah, that's
But
true.
we're
That's
the
true.
only team that's competed with, in my estimation, will go down as the greatest team the Premier League's ever seen. In my estimation, when they finished, when
Nice.
Pep's finished, because he's
Yeah.
still got 2-3 years to go, it's probably going to go down as the greatest period that we saw. Like, I don't think you guys dominated like this. This is going to be 6 titles in 7 years or whatever, something like that.
Yeah, that is crazy. Yeah, because we never four-peated. Obviously, we three-peated twice, few
Insane.
doubles, but yeah,
It's
their
insane.
dominance is incredible.
So
That is
when
true.
we look back, because at the moment we're having jokes and we're talking about City and Pep and charges, this and that, how they've been, bro, all going and good. But when the game's over, when we sit back, when Pep's gone and managing a team in Saudi for jokes, we're gonna talk about this City team and say, "Yo, that was crazy." And we're the only team that's taken a title off them and taken them to the last day. Is it twice or 3 times? I'm not sure. We've hit 99 points. We've hit Champions League. We've hit every other trophy. So for Jurgen Klopp to have the season that he had last season, and I don't know if a lot of your subscribers have been watching my crap and follow my shit. And if they do, they will know that I'm not just a FSG blamer. I praise the whole when it's good, and I criticize the whole when it's bad, because it's all about everyone singing from the same hymn sheet. So when you're not singing, when you're crying from the same hymn sheet. When you're singing from the same hymn sheet. So last season was a disaster, from the owners to the recruitment team to the players and to Jurgen Klopp himself.
Got
So
you.
Jurgen Klopp, as a result, because the levels he's aspired to, the levels he's taken us to, the aspirations we have, for sure is under pressure this season to show us. But I think he's under huge pressure, especially the fact that this is a rebuild now, a proper rebuild. And I'm sure you said that you want to get into it
Oh, definitely,
in
definitely.
terms of the players that have gone, the experience that's gone. So I can't sit here being a Liverpool man. Surprise, surprise. I'm going to be honest. I can't sit here and say Jurgen Klopp got a track record and I'm calm, because he's got a track record of rebuilding teams. He's got one of the best records of building a team and
Yes.
fucking with any big boy of this country, wherever it goes. But he has no record of rebuilding that team that he built. So I'm intrigued, I'm excited, and I'm a little bit nervous.
Okay, that's fair. But that's a mix of things. You said he is under pressure, but you're excited, you're intrigued, you're nervous, which is a good thing. And we'll go to your incomings in your side, because the midfield was a big talking point with Liverpool fans and others in regards to that needing to be an area of improvement. You've signed McAllister, you've signed Shabazz, Fabinho, and Henderson have left. You're still looking at Lavia, potentially more. We'll start with that. We'll start with the outgoings actually, because that seemed to, and correct me if I'm wrong, it did split opinion in terms of, I've seen some people who were like, we need to keep Fabinho for experience. Others were like, let him go. Very similar with Jordan Henderson as well. What were your thoughts on? We'll start with Henderson actually. Were you happy to see him go? Was it time? Were you saying we should have kept him as a first teamer? Should he have been a squad player for the experience? Where was you at with it?
Henderson, bless him. I like to give people respect. I still like to hold that, because that's the kind of guy I'm in real life. So why am I going to be fake when it comes to talking about players? Because they're humans as well, right? And they're individuals. So I look at him because I've run my own business. So I'm thinking, if I had an employee gave me that much service, I made him manager of the operation. But then I realized, with all the modern technology set up, this and that, he's not quite up to it. And I didn't really have the cold bloodedness to get rid of him, right? When I should have, but that's my fault. And as a result, his performance dipped. Yeah, his performance
Got
dipped.
you.
Yeah, he couldn't give me output like he was giving me when it was a different era, when he was young, fresh minded, everything. then I got to be a little bit partial to the blame. But I got to be cold blooded, get rid of him, but thank him for everything that he done for me because he made me a millionaire. You understand?
Get you.
So
Yeah.
Jordan Henderson deserves all my credit, all my praise, all my respect. But the guy was gone, man, as a player, as a first team
It
player.
was time. You reckon
He
it was
was
time?
gone, bro. Flawless, he was
First?
gone. He was gone. His legs had
Yeah.
gone. His greatest asset was his energy. People will say other things, no problem, each to their own.
Yeah.
In my humble opinion, his greatest asset was his energy. And once the energy had gone, there's not much else left. He's not one of those guys that can rely on his footballing brain or his touch or his positional sense. And that's the problem, especially the way we started playing a different formation, etc. So Jordan Henderson, yeah, the way it happened and all that, and whatever, I don't really. I've got my opinions, but it is what it is. They're deep, so I don't really want to go into too much of that. But in terms of a player and a loss to Liverpool and what he meant to Liverpool, he meant everything to Liverpool. He was captain, like not the most talented, like one of those workhorses. Every team needs one of those type
Yeah,
players.
you need them. Yeah, them players are
But we played,
invaluable.
but we
100%.
played Sunday League football. We know we all can't be the Neymars, and we need one of
Yes,
those.
yeah.
Yo, you do your thing.
Yes, yes.
Yeah, we
100%.
know them
Yeah.
players, innit? And
Yeah,
he was one of those
100%.
players.
Them
Yo,
workhorses.
you
Yeah.
do your thing, and the rest will do their thing. And he was one of those that done his thing, and the rest followed. So big up Jordan Henderson, respect. But yeah, man, I was on board. I'm not gonna lie. I think he should have gone last year.
That's a fair assessment, though. But you said your opinions on it go even deeper. What is that in that sense? The floor is obviously if you don't want to go into it, that's fine. But what is it when you say that?
No,
Like
I'm
in
talking
regards
about
to Henderson.
the Saudi thing and people cussing about his morals and all
Ah,
that business
okay, right,
and
right, right.
judging
Yeah, I got
him,
you.
yeah,
Yeah,
sell out and whatnot, and the
yeah,
LGBTQ community, blah blah business, repping all that business. As I said, I don't know his intentions, so
yeah.
I can't judge him. I can only
First,
judge him from what we see, and he was a very good captain for Liverpool Football Club. That's what
no,
I'm judging him on. What he
first.
wants for his family and what his moral standing is, and what his world view is, each to their own. Because then we have to start looking at everyone, and we ain't about that life.
Yeah, no, that's fair enough. And same question, but with Fabinho. Where did you?
Mm.
Because he was someone like you mentioned, like Henderson was a part of a successful period for Liverpool. Liverpool fans loved him. Are you in the same boat with him, or would you have kept him for experience, or with two better midfielders around him, a better structure to get more out of him? What do you think?
I tweeted in January. I said, Liverpool fans, don't be surprised if Fabinho is sold this summer. Everyone was onto me. Yo, Grizz, come on, man, fix up, man. What's the matter with you? You're losing it like Hendo. You're losing it like Milner. What's going on, man? We need to get you out of the fan media game, man. What's this, man? Fabinho, that's our number 6 right there. The Lighthouse, the Hoover, all of the nicknames. Fabinho for 2 seasons was the best DM in world football, in my humble opinion, for 2 seasons. So I hold him in the highest regard. He was nasty. He was nasty. Obviously, if you don't watch Fabinho on a weekly basis, you're going to say, all right, whatever. Trust
Now,
me.
Fabinho was top quality. Don't
He's
make a
one of those
mistake.
guys.
He was top
He's one of
quality.
those guys that
Top
just
quality.
didn't let opposition out. He's one of them front foot pressers, not a deep lying DM. He's a front foot DM who goes out to press and stops attacks before they build up. The counter press,
Yeah.
Gegen pressing. He was the Gegen presser. So again, his legs went, bro. Last season, he was a difficult watch. And people are saying, yeah, but if we brought legs in besides him, I don't buy that. Each man for himself. Do your job. I don't want to buy people or get people to do your job for you, do your running for you, do your thinking for you. No, man, it's a team game. Every individual does his job. Fabinho wasn't up to doing his job anymore. You can't say, oh, because others around him were gone. I don't care, man. Do your thing first. You know what I mean?
What you have to do.
Fabinho was a massive favorite of mine, but again, I'm gonna keep it real. I see it. I speak as I see it. And Fabinho's gone, bro. Once we got 40 million for him, no brainer.
Okay. So fair. So the outgoings was cool. Before we get onto the incomings, big up to everyone who's currently tapped in. Sarcasm City TV special with the one and only Grizz in the building. Football carnage. Let's bump up the likes though. People over 120 people in here. Right,
Come on.
69 likes. Let's get up to 100 likes. Let's get to triple
Right
digits,
now,
people.
right now.
Like check
Light work,
1212. Let's bump that up to 100 likes. Subscribe to the channel Sarcasm City TV. Hit that notification bell and subscribe to Grizz's channel. The link is in the title, people. Click the link. Right now, it opens up a new tab. Subscribe to his channel, and you can find all of his socials, and all of the great work over there that Grizz is doing. So you're very happy with the outgoing so far in regards to Henderson and in regards to Fabinho as well. So your thoughts on the incomings?
The timing was a bit peak. So when both of them, overall, 100% would have won every midfielder that's gone. So Naby, Ox, Milner, Fabinho, and Henderson.
Jeez, all five.
I wanted all of them gone, but not in one window.
Okay.
That's the one that's caught us off guard, and we're on the back foot now. Yeah, I used a cricket analogy on my channel the other day, and I said everything was good. Couple of like people that know cricket, I'm still gonna bust the analogy because
run it.
I've started to finish one of them ones. So 2020, we just whacked some couple of balls for sixes, this and that, and then some new bowlers come in, being Saudi Arabia, and bowl a couple of bouncers at us, and we're like, whoa, where is brother from? And we're on the back foot now, and we're thinking, okay, yo, everything was calm. We were knocking balls out of the ground, and now this big fuck off fast bowlers come in and put us on the back foot. So, yeah, Fabinho and Henderson going in the same window after them three. That's a lot of experience, a lot of know-how there. Yes, all of them were dead in terms of their legs and whatnot, but sometimes you need one or two old heads. And I'm not contradicting myself from what I said earlier. What I said earlier was, I never mentioned the experience side of things. If your legs can go, but if you're good enough, and Fabinho is one of those guys that maybe he could have been positionally good enough. He's much better than Henderson, positional sense-wise. He could have stayed behind. I might have kept him behind. But personally, yeah, I think he was gone. Liverpool fans disagreed with me, but it looks like the people that count agreed with me, and they realized, yeah, he's gone. We're ready to accept the money. Otherwise, we could have made it hard for them and said, "Nah, we ain't selling." But we decided to sell.
That's very, very fair. So on to your rebuild in your midfield as well, and obviously we'll talk further about the rebuild overall. But McAllister was the first signing you made.
Nice,
going for a great price. Were you over the moon about that? And was like, that's a great start to the rebuild in the midfield.
Best possible start in terms of the business side of it.
Got you.
Okay, check this out. Don't get me wrong. I wasn't excited as a lot of Liverpool fans were in terms of, elite player. For me, elite was Schumann. For me, elite was Bellingham. For me, elite is Caicedo. People may disagree with that, no problem. But for me, Alexis McAllister comes under very good player. World Cup winner, can do bits, controls the tempo, passing lines, intelligence, all of that business. So business-wise, we already know every player is getting caught. Every club is getting quoted 50 million for every player. Every player, every club is getting quoted 50 million. Yes or no? It's madness.
That's the base price. That's the base price.
It's a madness. So when we got 35 million for McAllister, I'm thinking that's the old Liverpool way of doing things. FSG. This is how we got to the top, by being smarter than everyone else, because we ain't richer than anyone else. We got a great manager and we had to be smart. And I thought, you know what? Liverpool 2.0, Klopp 2.0, FSG 2.0, 35 million, Alexis McAllister, World Cup winner, 25 years old. Yeah, we're back. So it was a great start to the window.
So great start. And moving on from that, then you went and signed Szoboszlai as well. Not sure how much knowledge you have of him. You could have watched him a lot, maybe very little. Maybe you just know his profile. Where was you at? Because I've seen a lot of Liverpool fans like the McAllister signing, very happy with the Szoboszlai signing. And when I talk to people, like I have Jez on my channel, who's from Germany, and he speaks very, very highly of him. So your thoughts on Szoboszlai?
Pop star. He is going to be the new star.
Okay. You reckon he's that good?
Yeah, yes.
Okay.
No, okay. Not necessarily just because of his ability. He's a bad boy player, but he's a star. You know, every team or every club has a signing which has got that star ability. You
Got
know,
you.
he's got the looks, he's got the aura, he's got the charisma, he's got the charm. You know what I mean? Yeah, big up Said.
Hey, got large up Saeed, man. One of
That
the goats as well. Big
yeah,
up
but
Saeed. Go on.
that question that you've put on Twitter about uh Luke Shaw being world class. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Get out of here. But can I shout?
Wait,
Can
who
I,
said? Wait. Who said Luke
yeah, yeah,
Shaw's world
yeah,
class?
yeah, yeah.
Saeed.
No. He's not. Bless him. This time, his take ain't the one that's the fuck you want. You know what I mean? Because normally he's my guy, innit? Like Saeed is my brother, innit? Like
Yeah,
he's my.
yeah.
But yeah, this time his take wasn't the horrible one. Apparently, someone's been saying Luke Shaw is world class, and Saeed's saying,
Jeez.
bro, he's not world class. But
Yeah, he's not
anyway,
world class. But
anyway,
big
we
up Saeed.
digress. Yeah, big up Saeed. Sabozalai again, release clause 60 million. You can't go wrong in this day and age. You can't go wrong 60 million. He's at the prime of his career. He's the captain of his national team. He's the star. He's the star of his national country, whole country. And he's from that Red Bull group,
Got you.
done wonders at Salzburg, then goes to Leipzig. This guy is a baller, man, and people are gonna say that. People are gonna realize. People that want to know about FPL, little cheeky buys and that, good
You reckon
buys,
he's one of them?
bro. You're looking at.
Talk about it.
Oh, you know you're looking at FPL Goal, innit? You know that, right? Or you
Oh,
don't know?
yeah, I didn't know you was an FPL GOAT. That is something I
Oh, I'm
didn't know.
top.
I need to add that to the
Oh,
resume. Are you the guy?
I'm
Okay.
top 6K in the world, my brother.
Okay. Oh, you serious? You
Top
serious?
6K.
Okay.
Are we talking top six? Can anyone in the chat let me know if you're above top K? No, you're not. Please. So,
Let's
yeah,
talk your shit, Grizz. Let's go.
top 6K, my guy.
Let's go. Let's go.
And in 2016 or 17, I finished 52nd. 52nd in the world. Anyway,
Jeez.
Brush knows, man. Brush is in the building. Brush knows
Yeah.
about my
Big up Brush.
FPL
Big up
things.
Brush, man. He's a regular here, man.
Yeah,
Big
yeah,
up
yeah,
Brush.
yeah, yeah, yeah. There you go. Now Grizz is different with FPL. Come on, Brush. Let the people know.
Okay. I didn't know that. You learn something new every day. I did not know that.
Sabozalai. Yeah, cheeky little white. But yeah, second signing, very under the brush. No one knew about it. Even my sources didn't know about it. In fact, no, one guy did know about it, but I didn't believe him and shout him out. I'm gonna shout him out at the end of the transfer window because he told me about Sabozalai before anyone else, but I didn't believe him. So yeah, Sabozalai is a wonderful technician. Do you know what he is? He's very similar, and you're gonna say, but okay, what do you mean by that? He's a more efficient Bruno Fernandes, you know. You know how Bruno Fernandes gives the ball away willy-nilly, but when he does, when it works, it looks hot.
Yes.
Yeah. Sabozalai is more efficient. Is efficient.
Got you.
So yeah, Sabozalai is a baller. Very happy with him as well. Energy for days, legs for days, presser, all of that business. Technically correct. 6 foot plus. Yeah, man. I'm very happy at that stage. At that stage, I'm very happy with his proceedings.
Okay, it seems that way. Hey, big up to Ram as well. I see you. Big up my guy Eddie, and big up Rhino in the chat as well. So very happy with McAllister. Very happy with Shabozla as well in his new look, Liverpool midfield as well. And it seems the third piece that you're trying to add to this is Lavia. Has there been a mix? I've seen a mix, like people are unsure whether you can throw a 19-year-old into the fire pit, which is Liverpool Football Club, and the expectations as well. Where are you at with it? Are you saying pay them the 50 M's? Are you saying 50 M's is too much? Or is it pay them the money, let's get him in because he will make a huge difference in what we're trying to accomplish this season?
Lavia is a bad boy baller. If Pep Guardiola is picking you out at the age of 17 and wants you at his football club and wants you at his club, you know you've got something. Then Arteta wants you. Then people like Chelsea want you. Pochettino wants you. This guy is much wanted. He's a very, very good player. Is he the man to replace Fabinho for 38 games a season? No, because he's not a man. He's a boy still. And boys will be boys. Boys will make mistakes. When I was a boy, I made mistakes.
Yeah.
You understand?
Yeah, same. Same. Made plenty of them. 100%. Made plenty of them.
People knew that I'm going to turn out to be a man. People knew I'm going to turn out to be a man. My parents knew. My friends knew. Yeah. You know what? Grizz is going to be a man. I know Lavia is going to be a man. I know he's going to be one of the men. At the moment, he's a boy. He's going to make mistakes. Can we afford to make mistakes when we're fucking with City?
True.
So for that, I'm very apprehensive of him being the DM that's going to be the one that's always going to be playing for majority of the games. So I'm apprehensive of that. But as a player, as an individual, because he was supposed to, we were going to get him as the heir apparent to Fabinho. He was going to learn to be playing under Fabinho next season, takeover. Now it's different. As I said, with that sudden jolt with Fabinho and Henderson going, we've had to reassess. That's why we haven't already got him in. We're trying to find a more established DM, someone who with more experience of playing the actual role. You got to remember, Lavia's played like 19 games or something in the Premier League at DM. That's nothing, man. What do you mean? That's 19
played. Okay, I didn't know.
That's 19 games more than me and you.
Yeah, that's true. That is true.
Is that true?
Yeah, he is 19 games what it is. Yeah, let us know in the chat. I thought it was more. I presume that Southampton because I've watched him. Obviously, not week in week out. That played more. It's 19 starts. Okay, is that what they're saying? Let us know, please.
I could be wrong, but first season.
Yeah, it's his first season. It's his first season.
Yeah, season at DM. You know what I mean? He's got the potential to be great. I do believe he's going to be great. I do believe he's going to go on to be another. People are saying I'm saying Moises Caicedo at the level, but Moises Caicedo is 2 years older and twice the price. So I would pay the money. I think we're going to. I'm pretty certain that we're going to get Lavia. Probably going to be announced next week. And I think we're not going to pay 50 million. I think we're going to get him for around 46, 47 million. But if he's the only player that we get in that position,
problem.
Yeah, I'm going to be a little bit nervous. I'm not going to lie, my bro. I'm going to be a little bit nervous.
That's fair. Okay.
Fair. He's good. He's a baller.
I'm a big fan of him.
Energy. He's a pit bull. Right. And he knows how to relax the ball when he gets it. Yeah. But can't afford mistakes, and we need experience, and especially without no Fabinho, Henderson, Milner, Ox, Naby, all these mans. Yeah. If Thiago can remain fit for 50 to 60% even of the season, then this guy will learn and progress. His rate of progression will be threefold. Do you get it? Because when you play with geniuses like Thiago, who is a genius when he plays, he just doesn't play enough. So
he's injury prone. Yeah,
he doesn't play football. He doesn't play football. So
you're right.
You know what I mean? But Lavia, I'd do him. I'd do him tomorrow. I'd say pay the money. Pause. You lot.
You know what? I was gonna pause it, but I thought just let it go.
You lot have done this. We've actually banned it from the Big Six. I'm not gonna lie.
Oh, you've banned it for this?
We said it's for kids. Yeah, we said we're grown ups. We ain't gonna do this pose culture, man. Like people know like what we're saying, how we're saying.
You know what they're saying.
It's your problem, not you. But it's your problem, people. If your mind's in the gutter and everything is filth related in your mind, that's how you're gonna operate, right?
That's true. I use it more for comedic effect.
You hear automatically triggers you into that way of thinking. That's you.
Yeah, it's definitely a you. Like I said, I use it for like just their humor. That's what I find funny with pause. It's not serious to me. I find it hilarious, and not what has been said.
Sometimes I find it hilarious.
What you said then wasn't funny. The pause after the realization after you said what you said is what made me laugh. If you would have just kept going and you didn't say pause, I would have been like, all right, cool. Because you said it is what made me laugh.
When I say I do Lavia, I mean I do the transfer of Lavia. I do the transfer right now. I would say bring him in and then talk later. And I'm not one for worrying about money, by the way. And you said about the fee and all that. For example, I know you're Man United people and channel, whatever. And like, for example, you bought that striker today and everyone was saying, yo, 75 million or whatever. I said, I can't give a shit about the price. I'm the same. I'm going to keep the same energy for any other player. If that's what you need and that's what you want, and he's the player, whether he's 50 million, 20 million, 100 million, you do what you got to do. And that's the same with Liverpool. We need a DM. We need a young DM. and an experienced one. But if he's been chosen as the young DM to see us for the future, then go get him. 50 million, 40 million, 60 million, I don't business. I don't care. Get him in. It's not my money. I'm not
That's-
FSG. I don't work. People think I work for FSG. I don't.
You don't work for FSG.
I don't
No,
work
that's
for
fair. That's
So
very
I
fair.
don't care about money. Get him in.
I hear that. And hey, Ham, big up for the super chat. Much appreciated. He says, man like Grizz in the building. Fire emoji. He says, F pool though. Hey,
Yeah,
big
yeah.
up to you, Ham. Much appreciated, Ham, for the super chat.
Yeah.
Big up my guy.
F your
every
team as
single
well, but
time.
big you up, my bro. Big you up.
Big up to him every single time. So you mentioned there in regards to Lavia, yes, you would like to see him join Liverpool because you rate him as a player, but you want a more seasoned natural six.
sure.
Well, not more natural six. A more seasoned six in there with more experience than a Lavia. Is there anyone in particular that you look at and say, yeah, go get him alongside Lavia?
The most obvious choice would be like Schumann. And even though he hasn't got that much more experience, you know, he's already bona fide. You know what I mean?
He's different.
He's bona fide,
I'm a big fan of Chouameni. You're one of my favorite midfielders. He
that
is
ain't
ridiculous.
happening. Madrid, his heart is set in Madrid. Some people in the Liverpool circles think that there is a chance because Madrid will need to raise finance for Mbappe. So if they need to raise finance for Mbappe, they will have to sell one of their big dogs. And if Jude and Camavinga and Cruz and Modric and Valverde, all of these mans are ahead of Tchouaméni, that may mean Tchouaméni can be bought or has a price. So some Liverpool fans that I know that are connected said keep an eye on that. I'm not one of those people say, so keep an eye on that, no problem. But these people have connections. They said that's the reason why we're holding on. Me personally, the market's not great for DMs and sixes that are available in world football, man. My number one choice would be Florentino Luis of Benfica.
Okay.
He's a Fabinho region number 2. Guys built like Fabinho, lanky legs, telescopic legs, covers ground, bite in the tackle, energy in the legs. Young, 25 or something, I think 24 even maybe. 50, 60 million pound. That's me. My home choice, people gonna whatever is the everyone's opinion.
Facts.
Paulino of Fulham is my choice.
He's a good midfielder.
Paulino at Liverpool would cook. He would be that player that we need in front of Virgil and Konate. That would give you 6'2", 3+ monsters. The ability to tackle, the ability to defend. His passing is basic, no problem. Because you got McAllister and Szoboszlai next to you, or Thiago next to you, your passing can be exempt from being great. Aerial dominance, physical dominance, people cussing about his age. There's everyone has different mileage in their leg for different ages. You can be a 21-year-old but been playing since you was 15 and have hell of a mileage. Remember Rooney and Walker and these men that started when they were 12. They were dead by 22.
Yeah, they like it was really burst on 16 he's playing. And then
Then
people wonder where he's at with. Yeah,
then you've got people like Wright, Vardy, even Zidane, late developers that that played on Modric, you know what I mean? So different ballers, different people have different like levels of mileage in their tank. Paulino would be my choice, flawless. I'm not gonna lie to you.
He's a baller.
But people want money. People want money, man. Fulham wants 70 million. You know what I mean?
You said it earlier though. The base is 50 M's for players now. The base seems to be 50 million. That's where we're starting at.
People in the chat, I just see people saying Amrabat. Yeah, I'll take Amrabat. I know you guys have been linked with him.
Yeah.
I think we look past Amrabat. Would I take Amrabat at Liverpool? I personally would, bro. I Abdi at 486. I personally would. But I think we looked past him in the last window. We were offered him, but we didn't take it up. So I can't see us going back for him. Okay, you never know. Apart from that, Paulina, I'll take Decore at Crystal Palace.
Really? Okay.
Yeah. The player they bought last season, I think, is a little bad boy. They're the ones that come to mind who I would take right now.
Oh, that's fair. Hey, that's fair enough then. That is definitely fair enough. And you mentioned Tchouaméni, who I rate highly. But speaking of Real Madrid midfielders, Jude Bellingham. I want to get your thoughts on that. A midfielder you was linked with for a long, long time. Some people thought he was on his way to Liverpool Football Club. Did you want him at the time, like before, like did you want him as you was linked with him? And the fact that you didn't get him, is that really something you look at and go, that's on PSG or that's on the hierarchy on Klopp, or a mix of any of those I just mentioned? Like, what's your overall thoughts on missing out on Jude Bellingham? Is it a massive miss? Talk about it.
Shambolic episode. Embarrassing episode. We held off buying players in that area of the pitch because we said we're saving up our pennies for Jude Bellingham. Jurgen Klopp, without name checking him, in fact, I think he even name checked him in one press conference.
Oh, right. Oh, wow.
But he referred to him subtly and said the player that we want is not for sale this season, last season, basically. And we'll address it accordingly. Every man, dog, cat, fridge, cookie crisp knew Jude Bellingham is the one we want and is the one that Liverpool wants, and Jude Bellingham wants Liverpool as well. We met his family, everything. Of course, it's quite notorious on social media platforms that I started welcoming him, the brother. You know what I mean? I said Jude is a red because I was privy to information that he was on it and his family was on it and everything was everything. But then we had that clusterfuck of a season last season. And then we were out the Champions League. And then we ain't got that P that the Champions League brings you. And then we ain't selling now. FSG ain't suddenly got that investment that we're promising, and we're selling because Man United have gone up for sale. So obviously non-Liverpool people ain't going to know about the context behind the context. So allow me 1 minute to give the context behind the context.
The floor is yours.
So we become Brocker than Brock. So we're Brock already. Now we've got no Champions League, so we're totally brass.
Yeah.
And now we know that, oh shit, not only is Jude Bellingham going to be, we can still get Jude Bellingham. We can still afford Jude Bellingham. Yeah. We just won't be able to do anything else. We won't be able to bring in a defender. We want to bring in 2 free midfielders. We're just going to be able to bring Jude Bellingham and maybe a couple of free transfers. So what are you saying, Jurgen Klopp? So they put it on Jurgen Klopp. Jurgen Klopp. I mean, he can't. We're not in a position. We were embarrassed. It was a shambles of the whole episode of the chase. A public chase as well. Public chase. Players flirting with him like Trent, Henderson, blah, blah, blah. Yeah. All of that business. It's embarrassing, man. It's embarrassing. We shouldn't be in a position where we had to say Jude and no one else, or 3 or 2, 3 others in this place. Now, after saying all of that, if you put to me, are you happy with McAllister and Szoboszlai and Lavia for the same price and pretty much the same wages as what Jude would have cost and his package? I'm taking the free. I'm taking Lavia, Szoboszlai and McAllister over Jude. 100%. And if anyone says otherwise, they're lying to you.
Yeah, that's a blessing in disguise, it seems.
That's a lie.
Yeah,
you're just being bitter if you're saying, no, man, Jude, you lot didn't take Jude. No. So the footballing rationale and the common sense makes sense, but the way we went about it is embarrassing. Do you get it? Like I can
get what you're saying. I fully get it.
Both things can be right. Like I was embarrassed. My club was
embarrassed about the pursuit, but how it ended. It's ended all right for you lot because of getting the 2 midfielders and potentially
common sense behind it at the end of the day, because basically we can't afford to do the whole rebuild with Jude Bellingham as well. So yeah, from that aspect, it makes sense, but it was a shambles. No Liverpool fan can deny that.
And the whole Jude, and because you said, like you mentioned, you had people who you knew were close to the situation, and Jude was set on it, his family was set on it. I don't want to say that's where it started, but is that where the whole Grizz sauces things, that's where it blew up? Because that's where I seen it more for. Or was that before that?
No.
Was it before that? Grizz sauces before that? Go on.
Grizz is cool from 2018. All the big transfers, my brother.
Talk about it.
No, it's coming back. See, that's one of those things. I called the Mohamed Salah when he was having his medical. At Spire Hospital, I was the one that said Mohamed Salah has signed for Liverpool. He's having a medical. People like, what? I had about 2,000 followers at the time, but I had intel, and he was having his minute joke.
But
Naby
that's why
Keita,
I say, is that where it became like it blew up and
2018,
become more of a thing?
2018,
Yeah, but
2018.
because you mentioned there 2018, you had 2,000 followers, so you didn't have the notoriety you have now. So that's why when I
That's
say
where it
I
blew
knew it
up.
was before that, but it became a
Yeah,
thing.
yeah,
You know,
yeah,
I'm just
yeah, yeah,
asking.
yeah. Listen, that game. Look, there's no such thing as ITK for everything.
True that.
What does it mean? ITK just is something that's made up on Twitter in the know.
Yes.
You can be in the know for certain things. You can hear things and then pass it off. And if it comes through, you automatically label ITK. There's no one knows everything, but someone always knows something. No one knows everything.
But
If
somebody always knows
anyone
something.
claims who's got a direct line to Liverpool, they're chatting shit, man. What do you mean that? And I've never claimed that. But if I hear something,
You're
I'll
gonna
put
say
it out there. And in 2018, I was blessed with a few people that I was connected to very flukily and luckily, but I got to know them. And I managed to call quite a few deals. I was just chatting to someone, Allison. Every man and his dog knew Allison was going to Madrid. He was saying that, and Liverpool after Butland at the time. And I said, "Nah, Allison, we're getting Allison." Everyone's like, "Who's this guy, man? What do you mean? Allison is getting Madrid. It's nailed on."
Yeah.
I said, "No, Allison's coming to Liverpool." So Allison came through. Naby Keita, I was told Naby Keita, we made bids. Everyone was like, even journalists were saying, "No, man, there's no Naby Keita bids." German journalists were saying, Leipzig have not received any bids, and everyone's like, "Oh, another fraud, Grizz Khan." And then later came out that we made 3 bids. Like I said, we made 3 bids for Naby Keita. The Jurgen Klopp contract extension, I call it before anyone else. There's a few bits and bobs that quite a few, pretty much in that era, I call all of them. And then sometimes they don't come through. So one of my big early fuck ups was Riyad Mahrez. When he left Leicester City, I had intel that Liverpool in for him as well. But City went for him, and people were like, "I thought Mahrez is coming to Liverpool, Grizz," and I said, "I thought as well." So yeah, man, you win some, you lose some.
Facts.
I won majority, and that's why. Because you got to remember, people love your fall, but they're never there for your rise.
Oh yeah. People will whisper your successes, but shout your failures from the rooftops. Absolutely.
The most recent one, Nunez. I met people at the Champions League final. People testify to this, and they said, "Who's our striker next season, man?" As I said, "Nunez is done." They were like, "What? Darwin Nunez at the Champions League final in Paris?" And they were like, "Grizz told us in Paris that Darwin Nunez." Come 3 months later, Darwin Nunez is the Liverpool player.
Talk about it.
Mohamed Salah. Everyone thought Mohamed Salah's gone. Everyone thought Mohamed Salah's gone. He's not extending. Remember when the extension of his?
I remember when there was the whole issue, and he wanted X amount, and it was a whole.
I said he's signing, and then in the week I even knew where he's at in Mykonos, and I said that, and people were like, "Is this guy for real?" And it turned out he was in Mykonos. I said the media team have flown out to Mykonos, and it transpired. That's exactly what happened. So it is what it is, man. You hear bits. People want to believe you. If they don't want to believe you, no problem, man. No problem. Yeah. It's not a problem. You know what I mean? That's it's the name of the game, man. It's the name of the game. As I said, when you lose them, you have to be, what's the word? Rhino skin to take the shit.
Oh yeah, you gotta be thick skinned and just.
It is, man. It is what it is. You could take the glory, but you be able to take the not abuse, because I don't take
the
abuse.
Critique.
Fuck you and abuse, If you're gonna abuse me, fuck you.
But
if you're gonna choke me, if you're gonna banter with me and say no problem, I'll take that.
That's fair. Yeah, banter's fair.
If you're gonna troll me like with jokes like, "Yo, what happened?" I have to humble myself. But if you're gonna come across like a dickhead and say, "Yeah, you rare," then fuck you too.
No, that's right, 110%.
So yeah, man, that's it. It's one of those ones that just escalate. You know what I mean? A few people told me about a few bits. They come through. You know what I mean? And then same with the Jude Bellingham. I was convinced. Not only me, Flawless, every top journalist, David Ornstein, all the Liverpool ones, they were saying Liverpool are favorites. The German journalists were nailed on Liverpool, just a matter of time. He's decided it's Liverpool, everything. And then boom, Madrid came in and said, Liverpool pulled out. Ornstein broke it, Liverpool pulled out. And then Madrid came in, bang.
That's crazy. Hey, large up to everyone who is tapped in. Hope you lot are enjoying the Sarcasm City TV specials, man. Like Grizz in the building now, over 200 people in the building. We have surpassed 100 likes, so big up to you lot. We're at 115. Let's
No,
go
man,
to
come on, keep
150
it
likes,
working, keep
people.
it working.
Let's bump up the likes. Like check 1212. Like check 1212. Let's get up to 150 likes. Make sure also on top of that you subscribe to the channel Sarcasm City TV. Hit the notification bell when you do, people, as well. And don't forget we're on all audio platforms as well: SoundCloud, Spotify, iTunes, and this show and all the other specials as well will be available on those audio platforms. The links are underneath in the description. I will drop them in the chat shortly as well. But that's SoundCloud, Spotify, iTunes. Listen to all, big up to all of our audio listeners as well. But something else, moving away from the Liverpool midfield, one thing else that has been a topic of conversation, and I've seen Liverpool fans pretty much in unison, like, which is rare with a fan base the size of Liverpool's, where everyone's in agreement of you lot needing at least a new centre back. Where are you at with that? Are you concerned with your current centre back? So you got Van Dijk, you got Kanate, you got Matip, you've got Joe Gomez. So is there some of them that you would like to keep in terms of maybe as a first team? Yeah, who would you like to keep? First team, squad, who are you selling? That's what I'm asking. And how many mid centre backs would you like to bring in?
2. I'd sell Matip and Gomez yesterday. Matip's finished, bro. Matip's finished.
Might have done like that. Okay.
No. Matip is running around like a giraffe, man. Matip is not a good look right now. Yeah, man needs to apply for his TFL license and start Uber on the weekends or something.
Jesus.
Yeah, he's gone.
That bad?
Yeah, that bad.
Wow.
Yeah, that bad.
Wow.
That bad. And Matip is my legend, you know. I love Matip. Joe Matip has been one of the best free transfers the Premier League's ever seen. You know, he was free transfer, you know. He was
I did not know he was a free transfer. From where? Who let him go?
Schalke.
Okay.
Free transfer, bro. Matip was elegant, classy, reading of the game, etc., etc. But yeah, suddenly it happens, man. It happens to all footballers. Remember Fernando Torres? Suddenly his legs went. Remember Rooney?
Yeah.
Suddenly his legs went.
Yeah.
All these players, man. You know, I mean, all
Father
the big
time catches up with everybody, man.
Of course, man. Yap Stam. Remember, suddenly his legs went, and there was nothing left. Rio went through that. People forget. Rio Ferdinand, suddenly his legs went and he was gone. So yeah, man. Joe Matip is a very difficult watch. Joe Gomez is a different story. Joe Gomez is, people talk about injuries and ACLs and this, that, and that. Whatever. Brothers had 2 of the most serious injuries anyone can ever have. People know on my channel, like I'm good friends with Dr. Zaf, the ex-Liverpool physio. He's been on my channel. Yeah. So he's now at Crystal Palace. Yeah. And he told me, he said, Joe Gomez's injuries were some of the worst knee injuries any athlete can have. Wow. So the fact that the guy is even playing again at the level he was playing at is miraculous. They said Joe Gomez's knee is a mess. It's a mess. So big up Joe Gomez for even fighting back from those injuries. He's never been the same flawless. Joe Gomez at his peak was magnificent. Shall I tell you? You're going to respect this. He was West Brown. Like, you know how good West Brown was?
Yeah. People always sleep on how good West Brown was.
West Brown, I'm a Liverpool boy. And I'm telling you, West Brown, before his injuries and whatnot, was a bad boy.
Facts.
And so was Joe Gomez. People sleeping on how good Joe Gomez was. That partnership with Van Dijk was sick. But since those injuries, not 1, but 2 shattered his knee. He's not the same flawless. He's not the same. Matip's legs have gone. Both of them I would get rid of, but we're not. Right. We've got too much to do in one window. We haven't been able to do it. I still believe we will bring in a centre-back. We wanted Colwill from Chelsea, but obviously they're not having it.
Yeah, he signed a new deal with him. Yeah.
So we're going to bring in a centre-back, but we're not going to sell both of them. Overall, I am worried about our back 4. I think we've seen the best of Virgil van Dijk. Now, that doesn't mean he's finished.
Okay.
What I'm saying, we've seen the best of him. That doesn't mean he's shit now. What I'm saying is he's not going to reach those levels that we saw where he was magnificent.
Got you.
Kanate is my dog. Kanate is a bad boy.
Yeah, I think he's a quality centre-back.
Bad boy. So Kanate is the one that keeps hope alive for me. Virgil can definitely do a good job for us still. and he's going to be captain. So that's going to change his mindset and everything. We're going to see more proactive Virgil now. The other two, I'm struggling, my bro. I'm struggling to speak positively about them right now.
First, that's just you being openly and your honest opinion, which is why you've had the success you've had, and which is why I also be paying attention and listening to what you say, because I know even though you're a Liverpool fan, you're not biased to the point where you're going to say a player's good if you don't think the player's good.
Matip was one of the best free transfers the Premier League's ever seen. So first, accept that.
Yeah.
First, take what I've just said in. He's a legend of Liverpool Football Club. So take all that in before you think, oh, look how he's talking shit about his players. No. I'm bigging them up and giving them respect like I gave to Henderson, Fabinho. I call a spade a spade. Matip is Gonski, bro.
No, that's fair.
Matip struggling to run.
So if you were to sign a centre back, would it to go in as a first teamer alongside
on a level of
Konate?
Yeah,
on the level of Konate.
On a level of Konate.
Right. Okay.
First. And a left-footed one, preferably. That's why Colwill would have been the dream signing. Colwill would have been the modern-day Virgil van Dijk for us. Yeah. The new Virgil van Dijk for us. So, but I don't know which direction we're going to go. Gvardio, again, would have been sensational for us, but when you ain't competing with Man City, 80 million or 70 million, whatever it was, you ain't competing with that. And there's not else, again, much quality of that level. We've been linked with Inacio of Sporting Lisbon. There's a Feyenoord centre-back. I can't remember his name now.
The chat will let us know. Feyenoord centre-back. Let us know in the chat, please, people.
Janko or David Hanko, I think. In fact, I'm the one who put his name out there. We're linked with him. So I don't know. We definitely need a centre-back. I think we are going to bring in a centre-back. But I think we wish we had... I wish we brought a centre-back nice and early in the window as opposed to the last. But overall, you asked the question, am I worried about my centre-back situation? Yes, sir. I am slightly worried about my centre-back situation.
Because that is, like I said, the one thing I've seen Liverpool fans all say is defensively we're not it. We definitely need improvements in that area. So let's say you do indeed sign a centre-back, you get Lavia in as well. What is your expectation of the season? Because obviously you've got the Premier League, you're in the Europa League as well, and you've got the 2 domestic cups. So what are you looking for? And that's just, before we get into playing style and everything like that, what are you looking for in terms of results, trophies, etc., position in the league?
Man City are clear favourites. We're not in a position to win it past them this time round. I actually thought I thought we might win it last season, but this time no. But I definitely want to finish above you and Arsenal.
First?
I think I'm being honest. Expectation is to finish above you and Arsenal. So second, and pick up one of the trophies. League Cup, FA Cup, Europa League.
I think you should definitely win the Europa League.
And we go again. This will be our transition season. I know we fucked up last season, but it wasn't supposed to be our transition season. Last season was just a fuck up that we turned into a transition season. This season is our transition season.
Got you.
So I'm gonna be a bit more patient this season because I understand. Last season it was very difficult to understand and accept.
Yeah. Oh no, that's fair enough then. That is fair enough. And away from that, so you said second in the Premier League. Obviously, you're looking at the
compete with City, bro. Compete with City. Let's get back to being the bridesmaid at least, innit?
All right, fair enough.
We're not even a bridesmaid anymore, man.
Yeah. You lot, yeah. I get it.
The crowd and shit, man.
Yeah, same like us.
At least we get in the film. At least we get in the pictures. You understand? Last season we went in no photos.
Nah, that's fair. You right. Because everyone was expecting you to finish second and be the closest to City and compete with them. And obviously, Arsenal did that, and you ended up finishing 5th. So I fully get that. So one of the domestic cups you're looking at, of course, Europa League and football. Like now, I want to get into the style of how you would like Klopp to approach it, because it seems you're going away. Obviously, Henderson, Fabinho, etc. You've had runners in midfield, and not that McAllister and Szoboszlai can't run, but they're more technically sound than those. So do you expect to see, and would you like to see the football slightly change, or do you want him to go back to tried and tested?
It's going to be heavy metal.
Oh, you reckon it's going to be heavy metal? Talk about it.
Yeah. It's going to be heavy metal. It's going to be the variety that we've got in our attack. It's not going to be no boring 4-3-3, Salah, Mane, Bobby every week, know how we play, relying on the front three workhorses in midfield, solid at the back, Fabinho covering, Trent and Robertson overlapping. No. this season's going to be a roller coaster. I think we're going to play fluid, flexible systems. We've got Szoboszlai, McAllister, Curtis Jones, Elliott in midfield. These guys are very forward-thinking players. And then our front five, people can laugh at Nunez, or people can.
I was going to get to Nunez.
Or people can think, okay, he doesn't look pretty, but yo, he's got something about him, man. He's there and thereabouts. Gakpo has come in. I'm the first one to hold my hands up. Gakpo wasn't my cup of tea. I talked down on him, but my defense, mitigating circumstances, I plead mitigating circumstances. I thought he's going to be played off the left, and I said, yo, he's not good off the left, man. I think he's whack. Let him go, United. People got me clipped up and saying, yeah, good luck, Man United, if you want Gakpo. But this is why I'm sitting here talking to you on a Saturday night into a computer, and I'm not coach of Liverpool, because Klopp has got him playing in a false nine through the middle. Klopp's a genius, bro. Gakpo's been sick. Gakpo's ridiculous. Then you've got Jota. I don't know what you lot think about Jota on this channel and people that are watching this, but Jota's cold.
I'm a fan of Jota. I think Jota's a very, very good player.
Every team needs a Jota. He ain't there to look good, do drag backs, flicks over his head. He ain't there to look, score high on your FIFA cards. No, he's there to score goals. Score goals, more goals, and more goals. Get you scrappy goals, ugly goals, nasty goals, tap-ins, all that kind of business. Jota. And then we got Mohamed Salah. What? Yeah. What do you want to say? What do you want to do? Let's not be okay, so I'm not going to dwell. Every season, you know what? This could be the season that Mohamed Salah just goals and assists every season. Unprecedented stats. Yeah. Man scores like a authentic number 9 when he's a right winger. So say no more about Salah. And then, man, our strike force is looking.
Your attack looks very good when you look at it, because like you said, you've got Salah there, you've got Jota.
By the way, we've got Luis Diaz, who's come back from injury. He was out all season. He's coming back nice. Luis Diaz is a fighter. He's got skills to burn. He's your guy that's going to bring the X factor to the attack.
Okay.
Fair. And the rest are all different. We've got a variety of attack now. So we're going to play, I think we're going to play heavy metal and score a lot of goals.
Do you have a settled front three you would like to see? Like, what do you think is your best three? Or you're saying you trust Klopp at times to mix it up? Is that where you're at with it?
Sorry, give me 1 second.
No stress, Grizz. Do your thing, man. No stress. While Grizz, he'll be back in it. Whilst Grizz is just sorting
literally 5 seconds.
Yeah, no stress. Bump up the likes, people. Let's bump up the likes. We're at 137. Get us to 150 likes and subscriber check as well. We're at 7,000. I'll tell you what, right now where we're at. I'm just refreshing the screen, but let's hit the subscribe button, because it's just under 200 of you lot in there. We're at 7,461. Get us to 7,470 people. There's over 190 of you lot in here, and I'm asking for 9 subscribers. Hit that subscribe button, because I know there's at least 9 people watching right now.
Minimum. Do that right now.
Hit the subscribe button. Hit the subscribe button.
I told you, man, this guy is a real one, man. If people don't know, get to know. This guy, forget he's a Man United fan. Forget that for about 30 seconds. You know what I mean? He's very respectful. He speaks football. He's a very nice, humble, hardworking guy. Come on, man. There's much more nastiness in the market. This guy's a good guy. So get him up. Pop up the likes, go and subscribe right now. I reckon you reach 9 right now. Come on, do that 9 right now, people.
Hit that subscribe button, people.
But yeah, man, Luis Diaz, sorry, I was saying, bring that X factor. You want the front three settled? I couldn't choose. That's the beauty of it. It's got to be, everyone knew it's going to be Bobby, Mane, Salah every week. People could prepare for us. Now you can't prepare for us because you don't know which kind of attack we're going to bring to your team.
Fair. Okay,
we don't know. Only Mohamed Salah is nailed.
Yeah, him on that right-hand side, but the other 2 spots in terms of central, whether it's a 9, false
Good
9,
luck
and obviously
trying
the
to work
left-hand
out
side.
who is going to be Gakpo, Nunez, Jota, Luis Diaz, any 2 of them 4. Sometimes 3 of them 4, because Gakpo's got the ability to play like it as an attacking 8 as well. So yeah, I'm excited from that aspect. All of that doom and gloom about the defense, you got me. Yeah,
I was just asking. I wasn't trying to get you. I had to ask.
But the way we're going, I like it, because now we're looking a bit where I'm excited about the season.
You should be. As a Liverpool fan, 'cause I said this as a Manchester United fan, I don't like the business Liverpool have done because you've done good business. I can take my Manchester United hat off and just have put off just the general football hat on and go, Liverpool have done great business. I look at you, I think you will be the closest to Manchester City. As currently, as everyone's constructed, I would put you lot second. Is there still
Okay.
areas for Liverpool to improve? Yes.
Surprised.
But I look at it like I'm gonna be honest. I look at it and go, you've improved your midfield in my opinion. I look for this is all on paper because we haven't seen McAllister and Szoboszlai there. I think Lavia is a great player. I'll take him at Manchester United tomorrow, and if he
Yeah.
was starting, I would have no issue with it. Look at your attack. You got Salah, who one is going to impact games, two gets goals and assists, and then you have other attackers who can create and score. Yes, the defense is an issue, but even if you get a centre back in there, then maybe that shows it. Okay, I rate Kanate highly. I think he's one of the best centre backs. I've said this. Much as it pains me to admit, I have to be honest. Kanate, top quality. Van Dijk, I agree, is not what he's at. But then if you go and get someone to partner Kanate, then you have a potential quality centre back pairing. And then Trent, you know what you're getting from him, and Robertson as well. You're looking for him to get back to improve on his form from last season. So that's what I'm looking at. Like, I'm super, as much as I'll run jokes and bants and troll, I'll be super honest and I'll go look at Liverpool's team. And if you're a Liverpool fan, of course you'd be excited about what the business that's been done there. And you're spending money and could spend more as well. But yeah, in regard to, I want to get into talking about one of your attackers who does divide opinions, splits opinions amongst Liverpool fans, I should say. And I've seen some people who are pro him in a sense, and then I see some people who are con this player. Darwin Nunez, where do you stand? Signed for big money, obviously was played central initially, then was played left-hand side. I see both sides to the debate in regards to Darwin Nunez. I see what he's very good at, see what he's not good at. Where do you sit with Darwin Nunez, though, in regards to should be nailed on first teamer or more so a first teamer, squad player off the bench? Where are you at with it?
Football's a humbler, isn't it?
I love that line, humbler.
So football's a humbler. I was cussing. I was on Saeed's show when Darwin Nunez was linked with United, and apparently some journalists were saying Nunez to United is happening, and I was laughing. And Saeed's like, "Why are you laughing?" I was like, "This guy's dead food. He's so whack. You're gonna laugh at him, man." And I was like, "He's like, allow him, man. He might be good. You know what I mean?" I was like, "Okay." And then that he even made a video. Like, he got some people to make a video. But fast forward 2 weeks, Saeed was like, Darwin Nunez to Liverpool. What are you saying, Grizz? And I was like, scratching, like a crackula, just scratching my body. I didn't know where to go, which camera to look in, all of that business. You know what I mean? I didn't know where to hide my face. And I said, Darwin Nunez, I'm not going to lie, Darwin Nunez is going to be effective for Liverpool. He's just not my kind of striker. And that's the way I ended it. I said, I'm going to stick to what I said originally. He's not my kind of player. So, everyone has their kind of player.
That's what I was going to get into, but since you go in there, let's go there. What is your preference in terms of a striker when you say Nunez is not your preference?
I grew up watching R9, for example, Marco van Basten, for example. People, I don't know if you know, but Marco van Basten, Dutch striker, technical, the modern,
ridiculous.
The original Bergkamp's daddy. Put it that way. Bergkamp's father. So that's the levels we're talking. Marco van Basten was just football, brain, intelligence. Bobby Firmino, but Marco van Basten could score goals, left foot, right foot header. That's my kind of striker. R9, of course, is a freak. So everyone likes R9. That's not a claim for me to have R9 as a favorite. Everyone's favorite must have been R9.
Yeah. Definitely my favorite number 9 of all time.
I like my strikers to be able to be technically gifted, smart, link up play. Darwin Nunez is just an animal. It's not for me. Darwin Nunez is just pure physicality.
Pace and power.
Will out physical you. You try to run me, I'll run you on the outside. How many people have we seen Darwin Nunez just run? Man like Akanji, he took to the cleaners against Man City. Akanji was everyone was talking up Akanji. Darwin Nunez
Akanji can shift. He's no slouch.
That's what I'm saying. So Darwin Nunez is all about, he's got instincts. I don't think he's a great finisher. I don't think he's technically great. But I think in the right system with the right players, he can be effective. And I think he's going to be very effective for Liverpool. That's not changing my stance on the player. People getting confused with the two things. I'm still don't liking him as a player, me, but I think he'll be effective for Jurgen Klopp's plan for Liverpool. You see?
What?
So that both can be true. You don't have to rate every player in your team.
That's
Do
a
you rate
fact.
every Man United player?
Absolutely not. No. Absolutely. And people try to get on my case about that. It's like, just
There
because
you
I'm a
go.
Manchester United fan does not
There
mean
you
I
go.
have to rate every
No,
single Manchester
no,
United
I
player.
don't
No.
rate Nunez like that, but I think he'll get numbers, and I think he'll be effective for Liverpool, which is all I care about, really. Who gives a shit if Grizz Khan don't rate Nunez? Who the fuck is Grizz Khan? As long as Nunez is good for Liverpool,
Do
that's
the
what.
business. Do the business. That's what I
And I
always say.
think he'll do
Perform.
the business for Liverpool. I just don't think he's a great footballer,
First.
and that's me.
That's fair, because I can understand that from a standpoint in regards to starting week in, week out for where Liverpool are trying to go. In my opinion, do I think Nunez is it? No. But off the bench as a squad player, you mentioned it, the physicality he has, the pace and power, his ability to be a willing runner. Off the bench, that's a great option to have.
He's
It's a
gonna
very,
be
very good option to
effective.
have. Yeah,
Flawless,
it's
he's gonna
effective, yeah.
score 20 goals. And at the end of the day, it's all about that column. It's not about column of how many link ups did he do, how many drag backs did he do, how many kick ups did he do while he was running the scheme, how many ball controls on his chest did he, oh, did you see that? No, there's no columns for none of that shit.
Yeah.
The only column that we're gonna look at is goals and maybe assists, and he's gonna get a lot of that.
I can see him getting GNA because of his profile
He's gonna
and
get
adding in the
GNA,
fact the
man.
way you play. Adding the way you
He's gonna
play as
be a
well.
GNA
Obviously, as we
merchant.
know.
Is he gonna be pleasing to the eye? No, I don't think he ever will be. But that's my opinion. Again, if he turns out to be Zlatan Ibrahimovic in the next 5 years, then I'm here to be held accountable.
But you want to be wrong on that. You would love him nothing more than Darwin
100,
Nunez to be Zlatan Ibrahimovic because it helps
100,
Liverpool Football Club, and you're a Liverpool
100.
fan, so that makes sense. That's what people don't get. People are like, oh, you want such and such to do bad. No, we want all the players of all the players at the clubs we support to be world class. I'd love it, because then that increases our chances of winning. Yeah, go on.
I don't know if Richard in the chat is thinking that I'm comparing him to R9, Henry, and Mbappe. Haaland. No, he's saying a different level of players. I'm saying that. Flawless was asking me what's my kind of striker, and I named.
That's what it was. Yeah.
No way before people start fucking clipping the ship. I didn't compare him to no one like that.
You didn't compare him to that. You were saying
No.
what he likes and his preference, which
Yeah.
is fair. Because that's what I wanted to know. Because obviously I was gonna let you finish in regards to the statement you was making, and then you was like my strikers. I mean my preference. So I was like, okay, let's hear your preference. Because like you mentioned, everybody has different preferences in what they like in certain positions on the pitch. So that's legit what it is. And speaking of that, I don't think it will happen now with how the football you're looking to play. Obviously, you've signed new midfielders, but a big talking point was Trent, top quality player without doubt. Towards the back end of the season, he started to invert into the midfield as well, which caused some people to say that is what he should be doing permanently. Obviously, other people have then stated he should be playing in midfield. Where are you at with Trent? Would you like him more as a traditional right back, him inverting like he was, or actually him in midfield?
This is his best position, in my humble opinion. I think we're going to see another level, if it's possible. Minus his season last season, which was disastrous. Not only his, but every player's. More experienced players, more celebrated players than him. People like Virgil van Dijk, Mohamed Salah, all of these players had stinkers last season. Jurgen Klopp had a stinker last season. So just to label it on Trent is unfair. I think if you take away last season only, this guy's first 5-6 years of his career as a fullback have been sensational.
True.
I don't give a shit about highlights packages and whatnot. This guy has done bits. He's already on stats that have surpassed the likes of Neville, Ashley Cole, Baines, all of these guys. He's a phenomenon on the ball. Yeah. We know he's not great defensively. No Liverpool fan, I think, will tell you that. If they do, all right, no problem. Good luck explaining that or trying to justify it.
Yeah.
I know he has flaws as a defender. And the reason for that is because he only started playing that when he was 19 in the first team at Liverpool.
Yeah.
All his childhood, he played as an attacking midfielder.
Got
And then
you.
he gets thrown into a Jurgen Klopp team as a right back, as a 19-year-old playing Champions League finals, semi-finals, league title races, league champions wins, cup wins, whatever. Give the guy a fucking break. He only learned his trade 4 or 5 seasons. We know seasoned pullbacks, defenders peak at 27, 28, 29. All of these mans, Ashley Cole, Ferdinand, Terry's, Ivanovic's, you name them, they all peaked 27, 28,
late into
29.
mid to late
This guy,
20s.
25 now, I think. Now he's 25, I think, or whatever. This guy's just starting off as a defender. He's got flaws. He has concentration issues. The role of fullback in a Liverpool team is very hard, especially the way we played. But now we saw glimpses of what he can do in the last 10 games. And I think people that know football will know. If you know football, you'll know, Trent is ridiculous on the ball. You know, you watch Trent live.
Trent's top quality.
You watch Trent live and you see the way he breaks lines with his passes. You can't appreciate always on the TV screen. But Trent has weaknesses. Trent doesn't track properly. Trent struggles with runners. Trent doesn't defend the far post well. I get all of that. There's no such thing as a perfect player. There's no such thing as a perfect fullback. You work on your deficiencies. You work on your weaknesses. And if he does, he's going to end by the time he finishes his career. Remember what I'm saying, if he improves on the aspects that I've just mentioned, he will end up as being the greatest fullback the Premier League ever saw by the time he finishes his career at 33, 34.
If he carries on at the level he's at, because he started off, he's had a great start, like you said, the trophies he's won, and he is, like I said, on the ball, he's
quality. Look at his stats, on the ball. You look at his numbers, and you got to remember, if he was that whack at the back, if he was that weak at the back, and what do we know? We know every coach, every wide man, every wide eight, every fan knows when you play Liverpool, what you do, you try a double up and attack on Trent's side. We know that's the case for the last 5 years. Why have we still won bits? If that's so easily done, everyone attack Trent. Everyone just go and attack Trent. But all we do is see about 5-6 times a season him getting rinsed. It happens. When you're up against a great player, you're going to get rinsed.
Oh, yeah, facts.
This is going to make you look like an idiot. Doesn't matter what happen.
You're going up against top players in that area.
Will have a game where he burns you.
Yes.
Zaha will have a game where he does you. It's no shame. It's football. Anyone who's played football at any level will know you're going to have days where the opposition is better than you, but you have confidence in your own ability to overcome that and still run the show. And that's Trent.
Oh, that's fair. That is very fair. So you like him inverting and going.
I like this position. You're going to see again, FPL brothers and sisters. If Trent's not in your team, you ain't got a chance in hell.
Yeah, that's obvious, man. Trent and Salah have to be. When I was doing FPL, it was not last season, the season before. Them two was in 100%.
I'm telling you now. All right, here's a shout.
Go.
Maybe not Salah, this season.
Why not Salah? Go on, talk about it. I'm not doing FPL, but this is for the FPL
okay.
heads watching.
Yeah. People might think, now he's sabotaging us. I'm not. I'm being honest and real with you, lot.
Go on.
Salah's going to get a lot of... Salah's role's a bit different now. Now he's the senior statesman, the only experienced attacker left. You got to remember, his people have gone. Mane and Bobby is no more. So now Salah has to almost be a teacher and a role model and figure for all the young attackers around him. He's got new, fresh attackers. So I think Salah's going to be up there with the assists.
Okay.
He's going to be... all the people that are saying, Salah, what does he do apart from goals? You're going to see.
It's gonna be interesting. Watch. Hey, big up to Never a Foul for the raid as well. Large up Never a Foul every single time. Big up Daps, the whole gang over there. Everyone who's just come over from the raid, make sure you hit that like button on the video. Sarcasm City TV special. Like I said, we're here. You know what I'm saying? Big Six's own. You know what I'm saying? Grizz is in the building. Subscribe to his channel as well. It is in the title. The link is in the title. Football Carnage, people. Large up Daps in the chat as well. And subscribe to the channel Sarcasm City TV. But yeah, man, large up Daps every single time. People get any questions in. Of course, I pick out the best questions. But I've just been enjoying chopping up with Grizz because we haven't had the chance to discuss all of this in detail. So it's been great.
How's it flown?
He has really flown. He has, but that's what these specials are like, and I knew it was gonna be like that with you. So it's like ask questions, give Grizz a microphone, and let him talk about Liverpool and talk about other footballing things. That's just the way forward. That's what these
Mad, innit?
specials are about.
Yeah,
That's what they're
I don't
about.
know. I don't know, man, how I fucking do it every time. And you put a microphone in front of me and ask me about football. And
Skill
is
is high level is skill. I'm
Lord,
saying that's what that
Lord.
is. Yeah, it's about giving people their flowers, Grizz. Skill. That's what it's about. Pure skill.
Madness.
That's what it
Madness.
is. Not
I've
anyone can
enjoyed
do
it.
it.
I've enjoyed it.
Before we do indeed close out, so you mentioned Liverpool second, you have Manchester City first. Who's getting third and fourth spot in your opinion, and why?
What a season we're in for.
Oh yeah, I can't wait. I cannot wait for this season.
What
I
a
cannot
season
wait.
we're in for. If anyone can really, really predict the top four with any chest, apart from City, good luck. Because City are the only dead nailed on, I think.
Okay.
I think Chelsea. People that know and follow my shit and me talk rubbish will know I'm Mr. Anti-Chelsea. I'm the biggest hater of Chelsea probably out there.
Why are you the biggest hater of Chelsea?
I fuck
Why?
Chelsea.
I like that energy.
Yeah.
Fuck Chelsea.
Well, I don't need to. Well, fuck Chelsea.
I'm with
You
that.
seen that video? You
Which
seen that
one?
video when the guy's walking in the street and he says, "Yeah, yo," because he's wearing a Chelsea card. He says, "Fuck
Yeah.
Chelsea." You know, that's me, bro. Wherever I see them, fuck Chelsea. Everywhere they go.
I'm with that. Fuck Chelsea.
But I think Pochettino is gonna do bits with them. You know, I think
Okay.
Pochettino. I think they're gonna be the dark because no one's expecting Chelsea to come back into the fold of things, and I know their business is scattergun.
No.
But I'm a little bit wary of Chelsea. Spurs, dead as they've been and nasty as they've been, their coach is a bad boy, you know. So people that know Ange from Celtic, I had the pleasure of having dinner with Spurs reserve keeper about 2 weeks ago. Big up Alfie. And he's the Spurs reserve keeper. And he was telling me about how the mood in the camp is totally different from last season. And he was like, people are raring to go for this guy. This coach has come in and given us a breath of fresh air. So Spurs, even though as dead as they were last season, I wouldn't completely rule them out. Of course, they're the underdogs. Aston Villa are going to be a whole heap of problems for a lot of people. Aston Villa, we already know Newcastle. Newcastle are going to go from strength to strength. And then you got Man United spending another £300 million. Like, what, are you expecting to be worse after spending £300 million?
It's not 300 M's, but you know, I like that. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, circa 300. Right.
It's like, yeah. Grizz 300. That's what I
What do you mean? Like,
it's a Grizz. It's a
wait, how
Grizz.
much has it been? After
It's
what?
a Grizz 300, but it's like
After what? How much?
I think it's saying between like 250, 270, around that, between that mark.
Okay, so
250,
what? Just
270.
one more signing away from 300. Maybe I'm anticipating that you're going to bring in one more player.
Yeah. Let's say we get Amra back. But how much money have you lot spent?
Who, us? 95.
Yeah.
95.
Is it 95? And that's with an add-on Lavia?
95.
Add-on Lavia?
Why are you adding
140?
Are you adding on Amrabat?
We can add on. You added on. What's
No
it called?
problem.
Added on Amrabat.
Okay,
So we
but-
can add on Lavia and
Okay,
we'll add on the centre back.
So
Let's
add
do
on
that.
so 95. Yeah, but look at the state of the squads. We needed that.
So are you saying that
We're
our
behind.
squad's better? Wait. Are you saying our squad's better than yours?
I'm saying you've been rebuilding for 5-6 years.
But our squad's
Have
not
you
better
been
than yours.
rebuilding? Have you been rebuilding for 5-6 years?
No, we've been we have, but this is the second year of the rebuild because of Ten Hag. This is
Oh,
Ten
new
Hag.
manager. So
Yeah,
all of
new
that,
manager, yeah.
So the 600 million that you spent before that
Bullshit.
doesn't count.
Nah, because them players are not good enough.
No problem. So
In terms of like you mentioned before
I'd
about
say tough
operation.
luck. I'd say
It's
tough
like
luck.
it's like having a business and it's under management and the management spent X amount over a number of years and then a new management come in, but that previous 10 years was not successful. That don't count. They can spend whatever. We spent so much money in the past 10 years before Ten Hag I'm talking about.
No problem.
Wasn't successful, didn't work. The vast majority of those players, bar Varane, I would say. Varane, Rashford came through the youth system, but yeah, Varane and Rashford, I'll give you. They're the only two players to me who are good enough for where we're trying to go to. That was here, but prior to Ten Hag.
No problem.
That's why you see him improving.
You finished.
If you look the prime span of the team, go on.
You finished above us last season.
Yes.
And you've spent double what we spent this season as well, on top of finishing last season above us. So you're definitely finishing above us.
Are we?
I don't know, man. What are you saying?
I don't think we are. I think you're better. You've done better business than us, and you have a better manager.
We've brought in 2 players, man.
You've done better business than us. Your players massively underperformed.
I just told you, on the weekends.
I hear that, but you wouldn't trade your squad for us. Exactly. You would not do that. You would not trade your current squad for ours. Never in a million years. Exactly. Because yours is better. So I can't sit here and say your squad is better than ours and you have a better manager. Because that's how far behind we was. We were so far behind.
We finished ahead of us, man. And
we did.
All I hear from Man United people is that's it. We've finished. Klopp's finished. Liverpool's finished. You're one of the first Man United persons that's turned around and said, "Nah, I don't think you're finished. I think you're finishing second." Like the people I speak to, Man United people. Yes, I speak to Man United people. Yes, I'm a psycho like that. So I speak to Man United people, and everyone's telling me, "Yo, you lot finished. You had your fun."
No, in terms of, I think when people say you're finished, I think people are talking about you lot going to win the Premier League and things of that nature and the Champions League. But I'll take Manchester City out of it. I look at our team. We scored 58 goals last season. 58 goals in the Premier League season we scored. We added Højlund and Mason Mount. As I keep telling Manchester United fans, and I'd say this to you, Grizz. Wow, where are our goals coming from? We had one player last year in the Premier League who got into double figures. So we're asking for everybody else, bar Rashford, even though we need him to match or do better than what he did, to go and get personal best this season. We're asking people to double or sometimes in some instances triple their output. When has that ever happened? People just live it in absolute fairy tale. And I said this, and I had this argument with Chelsea fans. Shout out to Casually FC. I was over there. This whole thing about Chelsea, and they've done great business in terms of their outgoings. How they've sold Mount and Havertz and managed to move all these deadwood players to Saudi. Props to him. But as I told Chelsea fans, and I say this, where are your goals coming from? You lot scored 38 goals last season. Why all of a sudden you're asking Jackson, whose max is 12 goals, to come in and get 15, 20? And Kunku got 20, cool. Mudrik's not me, you, and me, Grizz, and Mudrik all have the same amount of Premier League goals. So you're asking him to increase his output. Madueke's got 1. You're asking now for 10 from him. Like, where all of a sudden, I don't get why people automatically think, all right, new seat. But you know what it is? Football's not been because we haven't been watching football is a feel-good factor. It's that new car smell. New season. And I've seen this happen before, in not so much in this space, but like with fans and when international breaks happen. And because you haven't seen your team for 10 days, 2 weeks, you forget how bad it is. And then it's not until the team plays and you're like, right, we're bad. It's like when Manchester United fans with pre-season, I see us going, look at our team. And people say, oh, you spent money. We've improved. Yes, without doubt. But we are still so far away from where we need to be. This is why Ten Hag has spent all this money and he's improved the spine of the team. He's changed the spine. Mine is Varane is completely different in one season. That's how bad our team was. That just the base level, he improved our entire spine.
Look, I'm not going to disagree with anything you've said. The reason for that is you watch your team every day, every night, every minute. I don't. So for me to say things that override what you've said would be disingenuous of me. Mm-hmm. That's not me, you know this. But looking from the outside, that doesn't bode very well for the last 4 or 5 years then of all the footballing operation at Man United then. If you're still in a state of being behind us, who many people would say is a finished squad and a rebuild needed, and we're in the process of that. We've seen just a whole heap of players, reel off those names that have been major stays of the last 4 or 5 seasons, gone. Sadio Mane, Bobby Firmino, Gini Wijnaldum, Henderson, Fabinho, Naby, Ox. Look at these man's gone. And you're still suggesting that you're behind us. That means you haven't, what you've been doing for the last 4 or 5 seasons trying to catch up.
Absolute nonsense.
But that's what I'm saying.
What we've been doing.
I think I get it. I get it. I get what you're saying. But that's why I think it's going to be a proper battle this season between us
Oh,
two.
definitely. And let's not forget,
We're not
you
clear
mentioned
of
it
you, and you're not
yeah,
clear of us.
you mentioned it at the top of the show, though, in regards to the horrific season you had last season, which you and other Liverpool fans will say, and I think the general consensus from Liverpool fans is you had a horrendous season. General consensus from Manchester United fans, including myself, was we had a good season. So you had a horrific season. We had a very, very good season. And you lot almost pipped us to top 4. So if you lot would have had an average season, you probably would have finished above us. And that's context to it. People just look at the league position and go, Manchester United, Ten Hag exceeded all my expectations last season. This is no shot at him. This is no shot at our main players. But I also look further on and go, if Liverpool would have had an average season, if they would have been 5, 6 out of 10, we probably wouldn't have finished in the top 4. Or it would have been close between us and Newcastle. Because we don't create and score goals. Like, that's just the facts.
This is why people, when I said to you at the start, this is why Flawless is the GOAT when it comes to Man United peoples. He says it how it is. He's ready to fight his corner when it needs to be fought. He ain't no pussy. If you run down United, he'd be on your neck.
All facts.
Then when you overplay United, he will humble himself and his team and say, yo, we're here. We're not there. And we're not there. So big up. And if you haven't liked the stream, what's your game? Why are you here even? Like, if you're still here and you're watching it, that means you're enjoying it. Otherwise, you're a mad psycho. If you don't like us and you don't listen to what we're saying and you're hating it and you're still here, you're next breed, bro. Go doctor, serious medication. But if you're here, that means you must be interested in what we're saying. And all we ask is hit a like, subscribe to the brother. You know what I mean?
Appreciate it, man.
This guy is my guy. I got bare love for him. And today's conversation, it's just like it seems like 5 minutes ago I had a mug of tea and it was hot and I enjoyed holding it. Now it's fucking freezing. This cup's cold, I'm going cold, and it's been coming up to 1 hour 40 minutes.
Yeah, man, and we are going to close out shortly, but that's just legit what it is. Like, I'll get gassed. I'll be shameless at times, run banter, run jokes on other teams, celebrate, you know what I'm saying, my team, love what Ten Hag did, love what Rashford in particular did, the impact our news, best window we've had in a long time, but you mentioned it, the 4, 5, 6 years prior to that, we were so bad. Because I've said it before, I'll say it again, the vast majority of this Manchester United team, I would push off a cliff, hypothetically, people, not literally. I'd get rid of them. If we got good offers for the vast majority of our players, take Varane, the new signings, forget about this summer because they've just got here, even though I didn't want Mount, but that's a whole different conversation. Take Varane out, take Rashford out. Everybody can go. That's where I'm at with this team. Everybody, people say, oh, would you sell such and such? People are like, oh, why can't we win the league? And people in the chat talking about, oh, well, we seen Arsenal jump from 7th to 2nd and to one. Having overachievement as a target is not a proper plan. That doesn't make sense. You don't do that in any other walk of professional life at the highest level, where our aim is to overachieve, because that lets you know you're nowhere near the level if reaching the top, and Arsenal didn't even reach the top, and top 4 is not an overachievement, people. Top 4 is bare minimum. I will never sit here and never haven't celebrated top 4. I always say top 4 should be a bare minimum. If we are not one of the 4 best teams in the country, I don't want to be in the Champions League, because you go in there and get embarrassed and get beat by some also runs. Because last time we was in the Champions League, that's what happened. We played Atletico Madrid and got beat by some also runs in that competition. If we go in there and you get smacked by a Madrid, you go, you know what, hold your hands up and say, fair, we got beat by the very best or one of the very best. At worst, I always say in the Champions League, at worst, I want to be a dark horse, where it's like, all right, we're not top 4, top 5, but with a favourable draw, you can get to the final and maybe win it. And that's not where I'm at. And that's why certain United fans want to get on to me say, oh, why are you so negative, but then we'll sit and watch us and then complain about the football and be shocked by results. Because your expectation... Why are you being shocked? Yeah, why are you shocked? Because your expectation of this team is so high. It's like when people say, oh, Mount this, Mount that, like Mount's played poor. And I said, shout out to Matthew when I had him on one time, when I was doing... what was I doing? The members Q&As. Link is in the membership if you want to join those as well, people. And he said, Mount's been terrible. And I asked him, I said, has Mount been terrible or has Mount just been Mason Mount? And he laughed. We know what Mason Mount is. Average player plays average. Shock.
Why are you shocked?
Shock. Like, I don't get it. It's like walking into McDonald's and you see they're serving Big Macs. It's just obvious. Obvious going to Foot Locker, they're selling trainers. Whoa, like, whoa.
Very shocked.
Like, I really don't, but that's just my thought process and opinion on it. And that's a whole different conversation because this ain't even about me. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, no stress, Grizz. Obviously, great to have you on, man. Great to make your debut and great it was on the Sarcasm City TV special.
Yeah, I'm embarrassed
well.
about that. I'm not gonna lie, man. My debut, like I'm embarrassed. I'm sorry.
You're here now. That's all that matters.
Yeah,
that's all that matters. You're here
that's
now.
Embarrassing, but yeah, man. It's been a pleasure. It's been an honor, and it's been jokes and it's been comfortable.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? When you're comfortable talking to someone about football on any level, that's the beauty of it, man. That's the best part, when you're comfy.
Yeah, 100%. And also, let them know where they can find you, what you got coming up for this coming season as well in terms of content and anything else like that. All that good stuff.
Appreciate that, man, bro. Football Carnage is my own personal channel. So check me out on that. I'll be humbled if I got a couple of follows still.
Make sure you head over there.
I should say. And yeah, man, check out Big Six. You know what I mean? If you haven't already watched us,
you should have watched Big Six.
You might enjoy it. You might enjoy it, man.
You will definitely enjoy Big Six. I'm not even going to let you undersell it. One of the best shows.
We're just six lads.
One of the premier shows, man. That's one of the premier shows. Like, let's not do that.
You know what you're saying? I'm not gonna lie. I'm a fan. Like, I'm a fan. I watch the shows back. That's weird, right? But I do.
No, it's not weird, man. You're a fan of course. So, it's quality. Yeah, it's top quality.
Thank you very much, man. That's it. So Big Six. I do bits for 90 minutes. Of course, shout out to people at 90 minutes, my employers. You know, I mean, I can't forget them as well.
Love that.
And Football Carnage people. And Grizz Khan on Twitter. So thank you very much for that, man. It's been nice.
There you go. Hey, love to everyone who has tuned in to these Sarcasm City TV specials. We will keep the show on the road. I'm literally going to redirect you lot to the next one. We'll be live in 10 minutes. Just waiting for the special guest to show up for that. But we'll be live in 10 minutes. So go get your snacks, your break, drinks, food, whatever you lot need. But like I said, this is going to, once this video ends, it will live stream. I mean, it will redirect you to the next live stream as well. You lot, please continue to support in the way you have. Grizz, again, can only say bless for jumping on. Much appreciated. I know how packed your schedule is. Like you mentioned, Football Carnage, Big Six, 90 minutes. And I know there's more as well. And big up to everyone in the chat. Hit up the likes, subscribe to the channel. Check us out on all audio platforms as well. SoundCloud, Spotify, iTunes. Hit the follow button on SoundCloud. Follow us on Spotify, please. 5 stars on there. iTunes, 5 stars, and write us a review as well. But love to everyone that's locked in. This has been the Sarcasm City TV special with special guest Grizz on Sarcasm City TV. Thank you very much for tuning in.